Okay, guys, so we are back again with Ethereum and looking at price action. Although we are seeing favorable tactics, though. I mean, looking at it on a daily perspective, the bears are still in domination of prices and they are willing and definitely are gaining more strength in pushing prices lower. I mean, look at it, look at the whole thing. Looking at price action, let's zoom out on a weekly to see how fervently our weekly is supposed to close. Although we cannot give an assurance for that. And as it is now, remember on a weekly trajectory, we are having like a struggle between who is going to dominate who in prices. And I will say to really fully confirm that the bears are in domain, if you can have like a daily close below this counter here, because this trend is more for the bullish side. I mean, looking at it on a wilder scale, from here. So while this can get a close below here, then I'm definitely sure that this is demand zone created for this week here. The chances of it holding is slim or is 0 to none because it would have changed to a sell zone. Well, it depends. It depends on all these things are just speculation. Depends on more data we get every day. I'm looking at it now. The bears are fully defended. They are fully defended this place well, and they are defending it well with all their capacity and strength. And looking at it on still the weekly trajectory, prices is at the 50% Fibonacci retracement of previous impulse move, which is another pivotal resistance area. And we are seeing them actually defending that place. Looking at the daily paro. So for full confirmation of, well, let the daily chart load first. For full confirmation that the prices on a daily perspective, the prices are more in favor for shorting because right now we are in the middle of a struggle between who is going to dominate who in between demand and supply, and who is going to dominate who between long and short. But if you can get a daily close below here, there's a high chance that prices will come. That is, if it's not rejected by this area or this top, there's a high chance that it will still come to about here. But let's not give full speculations here because once you can get daily close here, our price target will be within this range, using this range as a move. And it depends, the price target should be able to reach like somewhere here or something. But that is just for that. These are just speculations, I beg you, before you guys go and take it as a minor king and be expecting paro. For Ethereum now, you're in the middle of a struggle and really you can't really define who is going to win. I was working with the data set we are having available with us. Looking at it on a daily perspective, and for the past 3 days, with today making it the fourth day, the bears are in domain and prices are falling greatly for Ethereum. And looking at it on the RSI note, you can get a daily close most likely by tomorrow confirmation if it ends with a bearish close, which is a lower close. The RSI should be below this 50-degree, which is more in favor as long as the bears or bulls. But anyway, just to be safe, I advise getting out before prices test here because this is a support level and it has been defended. And remember this armor here, this ignis, this significant armor here, which signifies continuation. But although I don't know if it's currently holding. I mean, see it's held for a year. I don't know if it will still hold again. But this armor here, as long as we don't have a daily close, if there's a daily close below here, then every bullish force that was holding it here is vanished, has vanished rather. So that is just for that for Ethereum, and let's see on the daily appear on a 4 hour execution time frame. Let's see what we have. Though I have one that's currently going in which I am expecting massive downside. But like I said, 4 hour is giving me more more of a struggle, but it still has more chances as long as the RSI has not gotten to the oversold zones yet. There's still a chance that there's still a high chance that prices will still go down. And let's see how far and how well this can play out. But I won't suggest you entering though. Although it depends on whatever strategy you are using. Sha. If your strategy is showing you a sell entry, enter a sell though, I beg you. Because that's what I'm just doing for you. I'm not giving any signal in it. I just tell you who is in domain who is in domain of who. And I'll tell you who is more preferable for who to join and who to not join. Because right now longing, I don't think longing, although it's currently at a resistance that is becoming support zone, but as long as we don't get a bull signal, most likely a far bull signal close for here, I won't value this sign here as solid. I won't take it as solid. So just be careful and you can decide to join below here because this one has crazily defended a lot. A lot. Let's zoom out a bit. See this one. Yes, at least it has defended it for like 2 sessions or something. You can mildly join once price has gone below 248. Let's just say what is around 2470 sha. So that will be all for Ethereum. Let's move on to Ton and see what we have for Ton before we look at BTC. BTC is just a wild game for me, sha. Honestly, I'm not valuing BTC that much like that. But on monthly, we know what happened on the monthly. So looking at the weekly paro that we have here, remember I've been talking about Ton. I don't know, but Ethereum seems to be my favorite. I just love the market though, but Ton is really more exciting to me than Ethereum right now. Ethereum is more in a power struggle, but Ton is showing me more confirmation of that price has high tendency of breaking through this support. But we cannot just give that as a confirmation yet because we are just in a speculation. We are speculating and our speculations might not work, but regardless, we know who is in dominion of prices right now. We know who is dominating prices. I mean, the bears are winning this game and they are winning hugely. Looking at it now, I am waiting, patiently waiting for a confirmation close, a daily, in fact, below 2879. Then whatever price target, we just keep on shorting Ethereum. Although these are weekly targets though. These are weekly targets though. But let's talk about that one and what we are seeing here. So on a weekly dimension, and as long as this bear close, it means a full bear close without it turning to an high wave like this previous one. As long as it means a bull, although it's tomorrow that will define the close though. As long as it means a full bear close, there's a high chance of it breaking below there for next week or next 2 weeks. Let's put it that way. Depends on how crazy price will turn out, but that is just that one. And let's get more candlestick for the daily perspective. On the daily, we are having full 4 zones, full 4 days, full days, full 4 days that has been, pushing ton prices lower. So I was looking at some things. I wanted to understand. I will explain these things for you. So this is what we have. We are able to understand from the weekly and due to price activities on the daily that the bears are in one domain. But now we need confirmation of who, because now they are already entering the bull zones, and I don't know how, just to see how bulls will react to it. That's why I need. If tomorrow ends with a bear close, it should be below that one. As long as it's not a small real body, as long as it's not small price movement, it's not small price activity. Because looking at it now, our RSI is touching this defended whatever that has been defending for how many months? Since April. this 40 degree that it has been defending for over 2 months. It's at that level, and that is a bull zone in which we want to be careful with how prices react to that zone, because honestly speaking, you need to tread carefully there. But looking at it now, we have 2 hours to the end of today, and this close, as long as it doesn't create one nonsense surgical surge on the 4 hour or 2 hour time frame, because one nonsense can just come and push prices to about here and it's close like this, close with an armor or something. As long as it has this full bear close, we are positive again for the downside. I mean, still showing that the bulls are not defending their zone well, but tomorrow close is what will give us more confirmation that they are unable to hold that place. Or by Monday, let me put it to Monday close, seeing Monday's close, probably by Tuesday I'll make another video for this. Seeing Monday's close, although these are just speculations, I beg you, these are just speculations. I have no way of determining if that is that. It depends on how much money you are put into the market to determine this. But looking at it on a 4 hour time frame, it's not really looking so good that it might function that way, but let's just keep our hopes high. But regardless, be careful and be ready to get out, because we are at their bull zone, demand zone. I mean, prices are actually entering the oversold session, oversold RSI, which is really not favorable for putting in short. Well, let's just leave it at that, but see what price will display tomorrow. But so we are still neutral for turn. I don't advise you entering. If you have a short trade, you can just take profit. But really, honestly speaking, mostly after this video, because looking at what is even showing, let's look at it on a 30 minutes perspective. Looking at what is even showing here, it's really not. I mean, looking at it, I don't mean I'm not even buying turn like that, because I don't like favoring lesser energies. There's a chances. But looking at this candle here, we have this one. This is a book close showing that you are willing to push, but buying here will be buying at resistance, because this has automatically become. But you can buy above here if you want to buy Tonsha, but me, I'm not interested in that one. It's sell. And once we see how price activity adds up, most likely by tomorrow end or maybe Monday or something, we'll be waiting for the next thing to see if price will come back to this our Fibonacci here, 50 degree, or here, before we take the next sell entry. So that'll be all for turn. Let's see BTC. So BTC is really a wild market for me, because I don't know, honestly speaking, I've been thinking, why do I focus on the short? I barely see anything about long. Is it because I've not been seeing? Although that is really affecting me with BTC, because honestly speaking, BTC, with the way you look of things, the universal trend from the monthly perspective, is a bull market. But as per prices are nearing the overbought zones on the RSI, so maybe that's why I've been favoring short for BTC. But do not forget, it's more important and more relevant to stick with the trend rather than trying to fight against it, because there's a high chance of you losing money. Because I've made some significant amounts, but maybe lost some. Because I remember there was a time that you used to just out me for no reason. So looking at it on a weekly trajectory, like I said, and I'll still continue to see, there's a high chance for BTC region before it skyrockets to our whatever degree price target of 130 here. That is a weekly perspective, though. That's not what I have for dailies and everything, sure. But there's a high chance of this region. And looking at price activities now, we are in a power struggle between bulls and bears. I mean, looking at it, this is a demand zone already on the weekly. It's a huge candle. This is for, it has been defending. This is probably half of it. It has been defending it. Should I draw a line there? Let's see it on a daily. Okay, so this is what we do daily. Let's get this 100k. Let's see, 100 and 360. So I'm not supposed to be doing many of the analysis like this, sharp, but no, that's not it. 100 and 360. Let's see. Right below there. Let's put it like this. So what we have now on BTC, on a daily perspective, we are seeing, in daily perspective, what are we seeing? Let me get this out of the way. So on the daily, yesterday's close was showing more of an upper shadow, we can be an armor, which means that the bulls are aggressive with BTC and they are willing to push prices higher. But let's see. Honestly, BTC data set is more crazy because honestly, all these things really don't mean anything though until we get more confirmation that they are showing any bull daily close. Give me more confirmation that these people are actually serious about pushing the prices higher. But what we have, I'll just advise for BTC, if you are trading BTC, whatever strategy you are using, I don't care honestly, but you really need to be careful with it because with what I'm saying, though, not getting a clear insight of who is in domain, still more of a power struggle of who is going to dominate, and you don't want to be active in that kind of struggle because there's a high chance you will lose your money than you making gains from it. Honestly speaking, that is just the truth about this whole matter. But like I said, but this one power struggle in comparison to that of Ethereum is a bit complex, but maybe you're looking at it on a short-term perspective because on a long perspective it might be more favorable. Well, anyway, it depends on whatever strategy you're using to. Because if me I'm to buy shorts, like for a short time to be above here, and if I'm to buy long for a short time to stay above here because we have this crazy engulfing, or any favorable long be above here and we still have this to deal with, so it's just, but anyway, let's see how it is. So that's why I'm more in favor of shorts for BTC because they have many potential resistance area than support. So let's just leave it at that. But looking at it, let's come to the 4 hour and see what we have. 4 hour time frame. So let's say we can say this is a breakout retest, and what I realized here, whereas this candle, the reason why I'm sticking to this trade here is because this candle, although this one, this next one, this bear close rather, is showing me, is telling me that the 200 moving average is kindly holding that place as resistance area, which is, this is the only moving average I actually depend on as an indicator. Any other one is just filter of knowing who and who is dominating because I don't use moving averagings with my analysis. But let's see. So that's probably why I'll still stick to BTC, but I'm not liking price action, honestly speaking, because this has a tendency. What's the retest here and they still show me they're willing to, maybe I'll join. But let's just leave it like that. Let's leave BTC that way. Let's leave BTC with this complex issue. And we all have realized now there are favorably more people who are willing to long prices for BTC than those who are willing to short. Well, anyway, it's just based on videos I watch or the way I scroll TikTok. I'm not sure, but So let's just keep this analysis, and probably this might be the last time if I even give a few detailed analysis like this, and maybe more of recent. I can't decide that yet, but we've spent more than enough time. And so that'll be all for now, and see you guys in the next video.